know how this goes. Hey, I'm so blurry.
I don't know why it's so blurry. I'm going to have to fix that. You were really blurry.
I think I know why.
Oh, is that it?
Yeah, if you can somehow clean that off, it works. It's the light. Yeah, I've had that. See?
Oh, there it is. Whoa, yeah. That's why we were blurry. Okay.
Yeah, I found it out when I was on cam. I would rub it out for my shirt, and then it wouldn't be blurry at all.
You just fixed it, Ben.
Yeah.
Thank you, man.
It's a good tip to know. I knew it was up there, and I was like, oh,
this is so good. This is so good. Okay, Akbar.
Oh, it's funny.
Is joining. I know we're upside down or backwards. Joining us in a few minutes. See, is that right? Or Sheikh? Let's see, Sheikh.
Oh, go back.
I am talking.
Yes, I went back. See, it copies everything I do a long time after. So soon you'll see me hold up the number 4. Number 1.
Okay.
How about?
Okay, so we are getting very close to having Akbar Sheikh on. I'm super excited. This is Ben. He'll be here for a second, and then he's checking out. And Jen should be here in just a second, and then she'll be probably bowing out too. But my son Ben just fixed something, and it's a perfect example of how Akbar works, because he keeps it simple. This is Jen. I said, do you want to meet Akbar? So here you are, and waiting for him to show up. And it's quite an honor for him to be here. So I'm going to record what's already recorded. And there's Akbar. He's right on time. So let's move him to panelist. I am so excited. Let's see, panelist. There's the man. Let's see.
Hey, Ralph.
Hey, Akbar, so good to see you, man.
Thank you. My computer died, so I had to, and I thought I had my charger with me, but I don't. So I'm using my phone. I hope that's okay.
It's working great. Yeah.
Oh, good.
Ben just did an Akbar hack, so I'm going to tell you about that. I've been trying to figure out why my screen was so blurry, and I was going to try to re-download Zoom and do all this stuff and talk to support. And Ben just said, just wipe off the little green dot. And so you just got very simple on us here. So
nice.
Jen, my wife, and Ben.
Hey, Jen, nice to meet you. Hey, Ben, that's real nice to see everybody. This is my sister in the background over
here. Hey. So, thank you, guys. So yeah,
we got a family affair. Yeah.
So yeah, thank you for joining us. I really appreciate it. I know you're.
Yeah, no, it's my privilege, and honor. Very, very happy to be here.
Great. So yeah, you are amazing. You already know I already know that. And numerous times I've prayed to God for guidance, and you show up literally. So and there's a reason for it. And so there's going to be a lot of healers and teachers and coaches on this call, and people who may have some physical challenges, including anxiety and other things. And so many of them want a bigger life. They want a big life, and they don't know how to get it, and they have all these dreams. And I talked to all these people, and one of your things when you talked to your family, you told us was they said, what do you do? And you say, I make dreams come true. And you really do, because I know you have quite a big story, and I'm going to ask you about it just to go deeper into it. And you've helped other people grow businesses over 7 figures, $1 million a year, and 10 people I think right now is where you're at, and many people with the 100K and more mark doing what they really want to do in life, and yet you came from a situation that I just want to go a little deeper with it to start with, so people get a sense of who you are and where you came from, because you talk about the San Francisco days and the closet, and where did you come from? Like, how did it start for you? What was the lowest part, or where were you when it was like it started?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's interesting. I mean, like, I don't know if you want to call it like it's interesting, you know, with how you want to look at it, but I don't know if you want to call it the lowest part, because yes, one can look at it that way, but I didn't, to be honest with you. You know, it was kind of fun. You know, we were not unhappy. You know, yes, we, you know, temporarily lived in an electrical closet in San Francisco, my brother and I. I'm actually at his office right now. I'm not in Dallas. I'm visiting Connecticut for the summer, which is why I'm a little out of place. But yeah, you know, we kind of migrated to San Francisco, and we were looking for an office. I don't know why, we really couldn't afford one. And look, we could have stayed with some family and stuff like that, but we wanted to be on our own 2 feet. But we were starting fresh, and you know, we didn't really have a lot of money. So, you know, we took a tour of an office building in the off streets of San Francisco, and this lady, you know, there was this kind of shady building, office building, you know, in the back roads, and we were taking a tour of it, and in one corner there was a kind of this dark corner, you know, like in the movies, and I said, "What's in there?" And you know, she opened it, and it was an electrical closet. And I said, and, you know, there was actually someone kind of even working in there, believe it or not. Like, there was like a desk in there. And I told them the situation. I said, and they said that that person was leaving. And I told them my situation. It was the size of, I would say it's pretty much the size of this. You know, I'm basically in like a little cubicle right now over here. It's basically about this size, pretty much, you know, something like that. And I said, listen, can we live here? And, you know, luckily for me, she was a hippie. And she said yes. And it was about, I don't remember, $75 or $150 a month, utilities included. And, you know, there was no hot water, no showers, no windows. You know, not exactly the ideal place to live. But yeah, we did it for a little while. And, you know, I think it's kind of a fun and cool part of our story. You know, not everyone feels the same way about it. But you know, looking back, those are fun times.
And how much, just to get kind of clear of like how rough were you guys as far as like the money situation? Were you guys in a really tough spot? Were you doing okay in some other?
No, I mean, listen, we, you know, you know, our expenses were extremely low, right? I mean, you know, our rent was, like I said, I really don't remember, $75 or $150 with utilities included. So, you know, listen, we obviously could not afford an apartment, you know, and so, you know, we were not like starving or anything like that, but you know, we were starting out. We were basically starting from pretty much scratch, and working our way up, and we did. You know, we started actually selling some mattresses, and actually refurbished, used, kind of you refurbish or used mattresses, and we sold a couple off of Craigslist. You know, we posted some on free for Craigslist, and we sold a few. We took that money, bought some lawn signs, and then we sold a few, and then, you know, we got some radio advertising. So it was like, you know, that typical kind of, you know, entrepreneurial, you know, kind of start from a low level, start from, you know, scratch sort of thing. And that was kind of, you know, where our journey started with that.
Wow. And you talk about car and selling it, and then getting it some sort of online course or something, and starting down
Yeah.
a different road of training yourself.
Yeah.
Can you tell us a
Yeah.
little?
When I was, there was a business opportunity, you know, that I saw online, and it was basically like a network marketing thing. And it was a couple of $1,000s to get a coach. Actually, it was $2,000 to get a coach. And I knew that I needed a coach because I tried all these things, you know, nothing ever really worked. But I did not have $2,000. So I did sell my car. I had a beautiful, it sounds a lot more beautiful, more amazing than, well, it was actually amazing. It's just not worth a lot of money. But I had this old, I don't remember, 1986 Mercedes. I don't remember what it was, SCL 560 or E320. I really don't remember, but it sounds really cool, but it was, it was literally worth $2,000, and I sold it for $2,000, and I took all that money. And yes, I did get a coach, and that started my journey of getting some success in the online world. That was a real pivotal moment in my life, was burning the ships, putting everything I got into it, and getting a good coach, to really try to make some progress in this online world.
Wow. And how did it go? Like, did it just go steady, a little step at a time, iteration kind of, level?
It was very typical of I guess you can call it a business opportunity, right? It was a very typical journey of, look, 98% of people, 98%-ish percent of people who join a biz op don't make any money, right? I don't know if people know that, but that's the actual statistics.
Man, that's a tough statistic.
Yeah, it is a tough statistic, but it's not for the reasons that some would think or some would conclude. The reason is because most of the people just give up. That's actually the number one reason. Not because it's not real or anything like that. It's just that people give up. Let me give you an example. I was starting, and I was getting leads actually every single day, and I was talking to people every single day on the phone, but I wasn't closing anything. And a whole month goes by on the phone pretty much every day, not closing. Now, that on its own is rare and a miracle. Most people are not going to last that long. Most people are not going to last a whole month of being on the phone every day and not closing anything. They're going to give up at week 1, week 2, so on and so forth. I lasted the month and didn't make any sales. And I kind of just had this moment. And, it was all about like me, and what I thought of the program. And it was a lot about me. The second I got some coaching, and they said, look, stop making it about you, make it about them, start serving, start selling. Instead of selling, start serving, right? In other words, change my approach a little bit. When I made that conscious decision, and I said, I'm going to make this work or I'm going to die trying. And it was this real moment that I'll never forget. It was just like, I'm going to make this work or I'm going to die trying. And I just said, you know what? I looked all around. I said, all these people are making it. They're not any different than me. All these weirdos are making it. Why not me? Like, they're not any different than me. It's not, I got to stop blaming the system. It's me. And I think that's what everyone does. They blame, oh, this is not real. This is fake. I started blaming myself. And so I changed the way I did things. And then pretty much right away, as soon as I changed, and in online business, it's all about test, tweak, and scale. I mean, even recently, I tried 3 different webinars that all flopped and didn't do well at all until I finally hit on some messaging that I really liked and really resonated and is converting really well for us. The problem is people give up when things flop. So at the end of the month, I said, I'm not going to give up. I am going to make this work or I'm going to die trying. I changed my approach, and then boom, shakalaka, first ever sale, $500. And then that turned into 1,000, and then 2,000, and then 5, and then 10, and then 20, and then so on, and so on, and so on, and so on. So that's kind of where it all started.
That was the main thing then, huh? So it was just a change in, you're going to serve people, and it started happening right away, it sounds like, and then just kept going from there.
Yeah, that is true, but it also, a big part of it is not giving up and burning the ships and committing to this, and just not giving yourself an option of giving up and saying, no, giving up is actually not an option. It's a lot like, dude, right now I gained a little weight because of Corona, and we're on a diet, and I'll be honest with you, it's hard. It sucks. I mean, I'm haven't eaten anything in hours. I was supposed to have a little bit of salad, and I love cheese and dairy and bread and pastas. I love a lot of these, glutinous kind of foods, or these kind of heavy, pleasurable foods, and I'm not eating any of it. And the weight loss industry right now is a multi-billion-dollar industry. Why? The reality is, all you have to do is if you want to lose weight, is to eat better and exercise a little bit. So why is it a multi-billion-dollar industry? It's because nobody wants to do that. Everybody wants a shortcut.
Yeah.
Which none of them work. I'm just putting in the hard work. And this week we lost how many pounds, Aisha?
You lost 8.
I lost 8 pounds. My sister lost, she's on the same, she lost 5 pounds. I lost 8 pounds in a week. Just by following it and refusing to give up. Dude, I don't want to be doing this. Like, I don't want to be eating the steamed tofu and the steamed vegetables, but I just refuse. Giving up is not an option for me. I'm just not like, it's just so success is guaranteed at that point.
So yeah, so you just don't know the timelines. Like some coaches, and you've had these successes, I've seen them where it's like, I did this one thing Akbar said, and all of a sudden my income just like went bam. And then other people, it's like little by little by little. And what do you think is the difference between the people in your world that they do one thing and it goes up and like crazy and they're on their way, and the other ones, it's like they're just kind of going along and it is working, but they haven't reached that dollar amount per month that makes them feel.
Yeah. Honestly speaking, it depends on where the person's at. If a person's got, they've been like yourself, you've been, working at your stuff for a while, you've been, having some success for a while. You're at a stage where if I put in just a particular thing and you implement it right, you can take off. But, number one. Number two is the real thing is, it depends what kind of implementer you are. Mm-hmm. One of the first things I learned from that first coach that I hired when I sold my car, the difference between the ones who make it and the ones who don't is size of action and speed of implementation. So it's about how quickly, how tenacious is someone, like a peak performer can do more in one day than what the average person does in a month. So that's where you see these spikes, is that, well, these people are actually, you see, Ralph, and you know this, what is the enemy of success? Procrastination, shiny object syndrome, imposter syndrome. You see, the reality is, what did I tell you? It's all about test, tweak, scale. It wasn't working for me when I was on the phone. I just tweaked it. I just changed the approach, and then it started working. And that's how this whole business thing works. You keep tweaking things until it works. The problem is that takes time. And people's time is sucked up and divided into all sorts of distractions and nonsense and, the devil's whispers, as I like to call it. So it's really about just really hunkering down, focusing, being tenacious, and just having, test, tweak, scale, and just refusing to give up, and just being tenacious about it.
Thank you for that. It's like, it's so much simpler. And that's what I love about your approach. It's stuff that you kind of know, and it makes perfect sense when you hear it. And you have these, like I'm in your programs, a couple of your programs, and it's like some of your trainings are 5 and 10 minutes, but it's like, oh, that's it. You don't need all this stuff. It's just do this one thing. And then with the work that I'm doing with the CEO accountability program, it's like, I thought I was doing everything I could until I did the time audit. And so, oh my God, I'm like wasting time on stuff that really doesn't matter. It doesn't even really matter to me. And so you kind of know it when you see it, but just keeping on it is so interesting.
Yeah.
In the beginning of your, a year ago or so, and your first couple of modules that I took with you, you went into nutrition and mindset. And I'm like, come on, Akbar, tell me how to make money.
Right.
Work to the world. And it's like, but I know on a deep level, it's mindset is so important, and having a real reason why you want to do it, to get off the couch, because it's much easier just to go work for somebody else in some ways, but it's harder because at the end of your life, you're like, oh God, I didn't really do what I really wanted to do if you look back. So the mindset thing, that's part of, so I see it so big. I know you see it so big, yet a lot of people that are into the coaching or the money-making part of things, they put it on a back burner. And also the gratitude thing, like being grateful. They're like, yeah, I'll be grateful, but give me a lot of money first, and then I'll work on the gratitude thing. How does it all work for you?
Yeah, no, it's funny, right? I mean, like, I do. My program is very holistic. Because I believe that in order to truly be successful, you need to holistically be healthy, mentally, physically, spiritually. So I do teach kind of unorthodox things about, how to keep your office, what kind of plants to put in your office, what kind of foods to eat, things like that. Because I really believe, for me anyway, look, most of my life when I wasn't, I didn't really find any success. I was very unhealthy, a lot of unhealthy habits. I was overweight. I was not, spiritually or mentally or physically healthy at all. And it wasn't until I started fixing all that I started finding success. So that's why I teach that. As far as the mindset, you're absolutely right. So a lot of, people have come up to me and say, oh man, forget about all this mindset stuff. How do I make the money? The reality is 90% of it's the mindset.
It really
The
is.
tactical bit's easy, to be honest with you. Like you said, I can give you a 10-minute video and show you how to make an incredible offer. I mean, I don't know if you were at the support call last week.
I was. It
There's
was
this,
incredible. I mean, it was
yeah,
just to let you guys know. It was supposed to be an hour. It was like half a day.
yeah, yeah, yeah. And there was a sister there. We spent, I don't know, 5-10 minutes with her, and she started crying because she got such a great breakthrough. Well, that's the easy part. The hard part is getting to the point where you're mentally and physically and spiritually aligned and ready to implement and be confident and to, accept what your purpose in life is. So that's kind of what I try to work on with people as well. I think, look, I try to help people build real long-term empires, real something tangible that could be an asset that could give for generations to come. So, we try to build it the right way. And I feel that holistically is the right way.
Yeah, it really is. And you've already inspired me numerous times. And one way is your Coach's Secret group. I'm like, oh my goodness, this is the next level for me, a True Healing Secrets group with multiple coaches that do the different components. So every day somebody can get something. It really is an amazing system that helps everybody, helps all the coaches that are that you're using for coaching to help all of us. And it helps free people up to do what they love to do and not do the stuff they don't really, they're not as keen on. And it gives the people so much value to do. So akbarsheikh.com is the place to go look for that. And
Yes.
really, it's like an 8-minute video that one of the things that I like that one of the things that you're really good at is when you talk to people, what you tell them, you're on Facebook a lot on live and your emails and stuff, you help people go from here and they have this idea that they want a bigger life and they're a really good healer, but how come nobody knows them? And the work sells itself, but it's not selling itself, that kind of thing. And you help people have an epiphany of like, oh my God, I can do this. So I encourage people to go watch that 8-minute video. And anything else? I mean, you've kind of covered that Coach's Secret is quite amazing in the way people can come in.
Thank you.
Yeah, it really is amazing. And just to let you know, a year ago or so, I hadn't had, I've been doing healing and coaching for many years, but coaching mostly like the last 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 years. But we were in a bit of a slump and I realized, I haven't had a coach in a while. I thought I had figured it out. So so my wife and I were like, we need a coach again. And I'd been following you on Facebook and I'm like, I'm going to call Akbar. And I prayed, literally, I told you this story. I prayed to God and I said, please let me talk to Akbar. And you got on the phone. It's like, it's Akbar. And like, yeah, my sales guy just quit like an hour ago to travel the world. So you get me. And they said, well, talk to me a little bit. And I said, okay, I'll take it. And you said, but you don't know what it is. I said, I don't care. You don't know how much it is. I don't care. Just tell me what to do. And you said, well, it's luckily you're in. This is like, it's my birthday and I'm giving this right now. And changed my world. So that's why I was so excited to get to you on, because years ago, I've been surveying my people, usually people over autoimmune conditions and anxiety and all sorts of health challenges, and lots of healers that want a bigger life and coaches and stuff, but they're not doing it in a big way. Some of them not doing it much at all. And some of them in their 50s, 60s, 70s, and still haven't really got it started almost. And I just, I surveyed them and I said, okay, you got these health challenges, you got this going on. How much of your life is solved if you just make a lot of money? And it was like 99% said money. Yes, give me that first. And
they say some people say that hell is seeing the life that you could have lived. And the reality is, I mean, I'll tell you, someone who, my first ever online sale was 500, and now, someone who gets regular clients, pretty much regular business, pretty much every day coming in. It's really just an option. And I tell you that as someone who started from scratch. And I'll tell you, it's just completely up to you how badly you want it and what your driving force behind it is. I mean, you've seen it, Ralph. Like, you've seen the ones who make it and the ones who don't make it. And it really boils down to that. The ones who make it are simply the ones who implement and don't give up and just stay passionate about what they do. I mean, it's really kind of just that simple. It's not
amazing. Because I was like, I'm on a call with Akbar. I want to find out what's the missing link and what's their number one advice for us. And it does come back to the basics. It's like, how big is your why and how do you really want this? And the other part is like, can you talk just a teeny, I know you don't have a lot of time, but I appreciate this. The idea, like, so many people say, well, I can't because of this and this and this and this obstacle, and it's coronavirus, this and this and this and this. But the idea of, like, the obstacle is your next training ground, like whatever it seems to be in the way is your miracle or training ground. How have your obstacles been your thing that, like, if you look back and go, wow, if that obstacle wouldn't have been there, I wouldn't have gotten to this next level?
Yeah. No, it's funny. Like, my dad, always told us as kids growing up, he's like, I do come from an entrepreneurial family. And, he always told us, entrepreneurs are bulldozers. At the end of the day, we're just problem solvers.
Yeah.
So look, you're going to have good days. You're going to have great days. Once in a while, you're going to have a perfect day. You're also going to have bad days and nasty days. Nasty days, nothing's working. Got some ugly clients. Maybe somebody wants a refund. Maybe you got a hater. Nothing's working. This happens to everybody. So can you handle that? Can you endure that? The thing is, you're going to suffer in life. You're going to suffer one way or another. Like, you're going to suffer if you don't do it, and you're going to suffer if you do it. So why not just do it?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I think that's a really interesting way to look at things, because, I mean, in this life, nothing's perfect, right? I mean, there's endless problems in this life, and that'll always be the case. That always has been the case. So at the end of the day, it's like, like, again, look, I used to smoke a pack of cigarettes a day. I chose to do that. Okay. I chose to quit. I used to have a ton of bad habits. I chose to do those things, and now I've chosen to quit all those things. Right. I used to be broke, and now we are, blessed to say we are top, 1% earner. But to be honest with you, and I don't mean this from an egotistical point of view, I mean this to inspire people that it's nothing more than a choice. And the reason we wanted to do that is we wanted to make more so we can give more. Is my dad's 65th birthday coming up, and I just bought him. And I'm thinking, my dad's not materialistic at all. I am a little bit more, I like some nice things and stuff, but I'm not materialistic, but I do like, some nice stuff. But I wanted, to buy him like a Rolex or like a car or something. He's not interested in any of that stuff. So I just bought him a water well just now. And it's they're going to build a well in Africa, and they're going to put his name on it. And you know what? That's going to be around for, hopefully generations to come. And I pray that it gets the blessings, for years and years and years to come, from even beyond the grave. And I think that's what this is all about. It's about building something real, because I'll tell you, as someone who's had that stuff, I've had the fancy watches or the Breitlings and the Bentleys and the fancy cars and this and that. Though that high is fleeting. That if that was very satisfactory, then everybody in Hollywood would be happy, but they're all pretty miserable. they're extremely miserable. Endless therapies, a bunch of alcoholics therapies, endless divorces. They're not they're not a bunch of role models. If you study the statistics holistically. Giving, on the other hand, in my experience, has created more of a meaningful fulfillment. That I feel is more long lasting. And something that I would encourage all of us to strive and work towards.
Yeah, it goes back to having a big enough reason why, like for your family and also for what really matters to you. That's really cool to hear how it's gone for you and how.
Yeah, like right now, I don't, because I never cared about money. I never, even when I was living in an electric closet, I just never cared about it my whole life. Even when I was a kid, I remember those cell phones, like they would come, like now it's like the really big ones are popular. Before it was like the really small ones are popular, and those are brand new. I remember one time I was a kid, I don't know how old I was, and I had a small one, and it was like all the money I had, and I bought one. Where I was always, pretty financially responsible, and it was a couple $100, whatever it was. And someone's like, "Oh, let me see that," and I literally just tossed it to them. I threw it to them, and in a safe way, or at least what I felt was a safe way. Not what I didn't feel was irresponsible. And my aunt said, if you bought that with your own money, you would have respected it, and you would not have thrown your phone. She didn't know that I did buy it with my own money, and I just don't care about the money. But anyway, like right now, my dad wants a farm. He wants a farm. So that's actually what's currently driving me.
Well,
Like, all right,
let me ask you, like, what keeps you going now? Because sometimes when you reach a goal, there can be a depression that comes in.
Yeah.
So that's what's driving
That's
you.
a really good point, Ralph. And that happened to me a while back, and I didn't know what happened. I hit a slump. And it was because like I already had accomplished some of the goals that I had, and I never updated that. So I think it's really important for people to have clear goals every week, weekly goals. What am I going to accomplish this week? What am I going to accomplish today?
You helped me with that one too.
Oh, here we go. Hold on a second. Never leave home without it. Never leave home without it. Oh, I'm always, this is my best friend right here. Journaling your goals, writing your goals, that it's a total game changer. That book writing down my goals on a daily basis has changed my entire life. Is one of the best things I've ever done for my business, probably.
That's cool. Yeah. It's like you can think I was thinking I was doing everything I could, and then I started doing those things from the beginning of when you were talking with me a year plus ago. But each level, another level of getting clear of, well, how are you spending your time? And it's like, holy cow, there's a lot of wasted time that's not part making me happy. That's good. So I want to encourage people to go to akbarsheikh.com. I'll put it in the
Oh, thank you.
Oh yeah, it's like because people come to me and they want me to do something for them, and I can help them with their healing, their physical healing, and that sort of thing. But and I can show them what I've done, like just model what I've done, and it's how you teach me. But if you want to go to the source, akbarsheikh.com, and you can get on a call and map out the blueprint of where you're at and where you want to go with your work. If you have a healing work to do, and I've had people tell me, oh yeah, I do healing work, but I don't want to do the marketing. It's like it's not true to me, and I want to keep pure to my thing, and the work sells itself. And it's like, but you don't have any clients. What are you talking about? It's important.
Yeah. It's all pretty meaningless without clients, isn't it?
Yeah, and what you also taught me, another layer of it was selling is not just selling to get somebody to sign up to buy your stuff. It's selling them on themselves and selling them on the epiphany that they can actually have a different life, or have a better life, or have a healed life, or that they can get well. And so learning to sell, especially the way you teach it, isn't about trying to work a system. It really is about serving. So I want to thank you for that, and thank you for being on, because it's truly an honor to be with you. And a lot of I got to let people know that a lot of people talk as if they're oh, your family when you're with us and all this stuff, but you don't really feel it, and we really do. Everybody's looking out for each other, And so,
yeah, it's a cool group of people. It's one of the great honors of my life is this wonderful group of people.
yeah, they're really stepping up. So anything else you want to say? I could talk to you all day, but anything else like healers, people dealing with anxiety and imposter syndrome, and they have something to think they're supposed to do, but maybe they don't think they're good enough, or but they want to get it out. Is it just basically get a call with you and let's figure it out, or is it?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I think definitely, get on a call with us. And listen, a lot of, especially with healers and stuff, your number one problem that I've noticed for healers and stuff as to why they're not getting more clients is the messaging. Now, the messaging needs to be very clear, and a lot of healers' messaging is off, right? It's like, oh, I help you feel better, or I help you get over your pain, or I help you, unleash the demons within, and all these kind of very general and vague things. It doesn't work, and it's one of the top reasons why you're not getting clients. Let me give you an example. Like I said, I recently hired a weight loss coach. Guess what? I never met this guy before in my life. I have no idea who this guy is. I don't even know how we're friends on Facebook. I saw one post of his, but it spoke directly to me. It said, hey, entrepreneurial men, I'm looking for someone, hey, entrepreneurial men, which is me, who wants to lose, who wants to lose 25 pounds in the next 8 weeks with me? I'm like, I'm an entrepreneurial man and I want to lose 25 pounds in the next 8 weeks. Yep, me. And I literally signed up and paid him a bunch of money. So your messaging has to really speak and resonate to your ideal target audience. And mostly from what I'm seeing, it's not. It's too generic. It's too broad. It doesn't emotionally do anything. So, if you're creating, for example, if you do heal anxiety, entrepreneurial men, we're going to eliminate your anxiety within 6 weeks so your business can grow again. Oh my God, that's me. I'm dying to get over my anxiety. My business is not growing. I was just talking to my wife about that. Our business is not growing because my anxiety. Oh my God, I'm in. That's how your messaging has to be. That's one little nugget, that I'd like to offer. But yeah, definitely, I'd love to get on.
That because
huh?
That helps me right this instant. I've been working more and more on my offer. So that's awesome. So work on your message, your offer, speak directly to the people. So awesome, Akbar. Man, I mean, if you have anything else to tell people, say anything. I'm
listen to Ralph and keep giving and just have fun and be honest and work on your messaging. There's only a couple of things you need to work on if you want to make 6 or 7 figures in this. You just need really good messaging, and which leads into a really good offer. You need a good converting funnel, and you need a good traffic source. All that, we're very blessed. We just need these 3 things, and that's all we need to focus on. That's what we should be focusing on every single day. Think about it. Do you think you can't figure these 3 things out? Like if that's all your focus is, if that's all we have to do as entrepreneurs. Dude, we're so lucky. I come from retail. It's a nightmare. Retail, there's so many components, so many moving parts. Oh my God, there's permits, there's signage, there's all these like endless, inventory keeps changing and shrinkage and stealing and on physical customers and all these different employees. It's a nightmare. We have to keep our eye on so many different things. In the online space, it's so much more simpler. Business is business at the end of the day. That's why this online world is such a blessing. If you're not taking advantage of it, you need to. If you're having trouble with it and you're a little stuck, get in touch with us, and we'll do our best to help you get unstuck.
That's awesome, Akbar. And I'm on with you tomorrow on our coaching call, so I will see you early. And
yes, I'm excited.
Everybody, if you really want to do it, the one thing is like you can keep trying to do it by yourself, but man, I found having the right coach that already knows how to do it and just say, just do this. That's the key. So thanks a lot for being on. I really
thank you, Ralph. Really appreciate you.
Okay, dude. See you.
We'll talk real soon, guys. Peace. Bye.
All right, you guys. That was awesome, huh? Was that awesome or what? So let me, oh good, there's Akbar's thing. I will put a replay from YouTube on there in a little bit. So really, if you're dealing with something, if you've got a gift to give to the world, or you want an online way to live these days because of the Corona thing, or you just know life should be better than this. You know, if you're dealing with a health concern, an anxiety thing, some sort of chronic issue, I'm the guy that can help you. Just reach out to me, autoimmuneanswers.com. If you truly want to bring your gifts to the world, whatever that is, healing, coaching, something that you know how to do that other people don't know how to do, whether it's organizing an office for somebody else or being a person's CEO, right-hand person, and you just know you could do that, you could learn this process whether you're going to work for somebody else, one CEO, or you're going to work on your own stuff, or you've got something that you really want to teach people to do. I just want to like take people out in the woods and help them look for Sasquatch. There's actually somebody that does that for a living up here. And if you know how to do something, if you've had a problem and you've fixed it, or you're on the way to fixing it and you're figuring stuff out, there's people that haven't got to where you are that are desperately looking for you. You got to get your health back. And that's my job to help you. You got to clear imposter syndrome and anxiety and all sorts of fears and doubts and insecurities. I can help you with that very quickly. We can dismantle stuff. If what you need at that point is just to know how to do what you want to do, how to find the people, how to get the right message to them, and how to give them what they really need and want. So if that's the case, at akbarsheikh.com, I put it in the description. I'll put it in the YouTube as well. And I'm so blessed to be with this group, and yeah, reach out to him. If you reach out tonight, you'll see me on the call tomorrow morning. His team is there 5 days a week, every week. All right, you guys, let's get out there and live. Let's really live. And I will see you guys tomorrow.